Welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how you can obtain the common language effect size for independent samples, also known as Vargha-Delaney A or the probability of superiority, using Python. This video will focus on how to obtain the measure, not so much if you should and how to interpret it. I'm using Python version 3.12.7 in a Jupyter Lab with Jupyter Lab in a Jupyter notebook. I'll leave a link to this Jupyter notebook in the description below, or at least to my website where you can actually find it. The effect size is actually simply looking at if you would take a random score from the first one category, what is the chance that it's bigger than a random score from the second category. That of course does include a bit of a difference or issue with ties, so some actually say to add half of the ties in there. There's some rules of thumb that can be found to interpret it or as to classify it as negligible to large. And it can also be converted to some other measures if you want, and then use those rules of thumb. The example I'll be using for that I'll need Panda, so I already loaded that in. Then I loaded my student statistics file, which is some survey data among students. I'm using a binary field gender because students only went with the options male, female. Scale field is overall grade, and if necessary we can also use an ordinal field with mixture of number of activities. That ordinal field was actually text and ranged from far too little to far too much. So the coding ranging from 1 to 5 I also put as a dictionary. Then in a separate video I show how you can simply use my own library that actually has a function for this. But if you don't want to use my library, then there are others who actually have other libraries. For that they usually want to have the two fields separated, so we're going to separate those as well. We're going to remove any missing values from them, and now we have the scores separated. Pingoian, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but they have a compute effect size, and then we can just give it two scores. We're saying it's not false, it's not paired, and we want a common language effect size. And if we run that, we get ourselves a 0.58. It's actually also immediately returned if you use a Mann-whitney U-test from Pingoian, then you can see that same value over here. You can also use the CLES library itself. It's the one that MATLAB seems to be using, and it uses a brute force method to calculate it. So we can just, after you've installed it, then you can load the CLES2 independent and then feed it the two scores, and we get the same result. Notice this is a percentage, so if you divide it by 100 you get that 0.578, etc. again. If you don't want to use any libraries, of course, well, we've already done this, so I'm not going to repeat myself again. So you have two lists of scores, and then we can brute force it by using all pairs. So we're simply going to make every possible combination of scores from category 1 and category 2. So that's going to be a long list of pairs, and then we check for each of them if the first value is going to be greater than the second value. So 0 and 1 for array indexing, and we get the number of those, and then divide it so by taking the length. So this is how many pairs have an x greater than y, and we divide it by the number of pairs, and we get ourselves 0.55. That's slightly different than the other ones. This is actually the complement of what Wolf and Hogg suggested, which used less than or equal to. Others actually suggest to add half of the ties. So if we then simply check how many are equal by just saying, well, how many are the first is equal to the second. Then we get a list of all of those, and we add half of those to what we already had. Then we get that there are 191. Dividing this by the total number of pairs, we get ourselves that 0.5787, etc. that the other libraries also show. You can also use the formula that Vargha-Delaney A showed. That's this one over here. That's all about ranks. So we have again the two lists, and we combine them also to a full list. Then we need to rank the data. I have separate videos if you want to do this without any libraries, but let's just use SciPy and then we can actually just rank all the scores. And then of course we need to select the ones that are from the first and the second category. Then we can get the sum of all the ranks and the sample sizes by simply using the len function. And now we can actually fill out this whole formula. We have everything we need and we get a result that we saw earlier. Actually, the Mann-whitney U statistic can also be used because it will actually be, this will be the same as in this one. So if we actually get the Mann-whitney U value, I'm going to be using my own function for that. So I have separate videos on the Mann-whitney U test where you can actually see how you can obtain these measures without using any library. And then we should get again our 0.57 that we saw earlier. There are also some who say, well, you might be using a normal approximation. So these are the formulas for that. We need the variance basically for each category and then sum those and then take the square root out of that and take the difference in averages and divide those two. So that's what we're going to do. We have the variance function that comes with pandas. And these are apparently the two variances. We also need the sample means, so we can simply use the mean function for that. And then we can simply fill out the formula and we get a z value of 0.18. Now this is just a cumulative density function, that this little symbol over here of the normal distribution that comes with Python in its statistics library. That's shipped with Python, so we don't need to install it, and we get 0.57. There's a variation by Volv and Hogg. They actually use this formula over here, where this pooled variance, I think it is calculated by using this big formula. We actually have everything in here, so we just need to fill it out, and in this case it's then 0.5. Alright, I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching.